welcome to at Pauli's place. This is very special program today because I have a special guest, Remi Kanai from Japan. I know that you are medium. Will you tell to our viewers what does a medium do?
Okay, medium does communicate with people, but non-physical way. So we have all bodies. You can see our bodies, of course, obviously. But there are people who do not have those bodies. It means that they left the earth plane already and they are in a spirit world. So I can communicate with them. Either they are spirit guides or kind of higher consciousness ones, and also people who have been passed away. So that's the both ways. This is all about communication with those beings. So mediums do a lot of things. It depends on what kind of medium you are. And I'm quite specialized in channeling and also healing and teaching. So I'm a officially registered minister practitioner under California's law, and I'm a principal of Oneness Consciousness and Healing Institute. That is my registered school under the California law.
How did this all begin?
Yes, beginning. I have to go back to my youth as a child. When I was 4 years old, I was in a car waiting for my mother doing shopping in a open air market. And I was looking at my mother and other mothers as well. They are doing shopping, and suddenly I saw them becoming white beings. Everyone became white beings. So no individual appearance anymore. So only those white beings, and in front of each individual white being there was a path spreading. So it was beautiful kind of vision. And each path, some of them go parallel, some of them just cross, and some of them just don't reach anyway. So it was like, okay, this is a spiritual path that we all take, and this is the life path that we are all going. So this was my kind of impression and spiritual experience for the first time, if I remember. Yes.
Did you talk it with your mother?
No, I don't
Why
think
not?
I did. I don't know. My mother is very good person, and then I love her and she loves me, and I really trust her. But probably I didn't talk too much about it. When I was a small kid, my mother's friend said that then I was talking in a toilet for many times, and then for quite a long time.
Okay.
And the friend said to my mother that you should check, because there might be someone inside and you need to, to be her safe. So she went to the toilet, and there was no one, obviously. So it seems that I was talking to somebody who cannot be seen in toilet. And my mother is very realistic person.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's something I really love about her. And probably I, from my childhood, sensed that I could have sensed that probably nobody would understand what I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I talked about it when I had this a spiritual experience in Cathedral in England. When my father took me to England, because he wanted to go there. He went there for his business and also holiday, and he wanted me take me there. Yeah. And I went there, and we went to this Gloucester Cathedral. Yeah. And in this Gloucester Cathedral, I did this significant experience for myself. The experience was that I suddenly felt myself being so tall, like top of the cathedral, and then I became one with this space. It's like the wind blow within me, and it goes like this. And I was like, am I transparent? And am I, what is this feeling? I felt very free, and it's like, wow, I'm one with this whole building. It's like a whole space.
How old were you at that time?
It was 20, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And after that, I had a lot of visions and words and feelings come inside of me. So, like every day is like, wow, this is how, this is tremendous feeling, so that I could cry because of this love and expansion, and then so wonderful feeling coming into me. And then I could have a question, and then probably next moment I have an answer. Yeah. So it can come like vision, it can come like a word, it can come like an episode. It's like a movie sometimes.
What kind of questions did you make? Yeah,
and I was thinking about what is a religion? And because there was a war related to those religions and in the world, and then I was feeling like, so how come people still fight each other and do make those things, and why can we live together in a peaceful way, and so that we can support each other? And so I asked, this is in Cathedral, I felt like a wonderful feeling, and this is the outcome of human, faith, and also the truth. So they accumulated those beautiful things also. Of course, that is about to show the authority how much power they have, but at the same time, artists and the people like a poet and painters, they did those beautiful work out of their faith and passion into the development of consciousness. So I felt like so this is the power within, and how come they can take it for wrong way and can fight? So what is a religion, and what is the difference between religion and faith? This was my question, and then I saw this person who are leading people in desert, and he has got this rule from somewhere, and it was over human beings. So it was like not at that time people were very, let's say, savage. It's like rough, not civilized. So so this is a man who can kind of, in a modern word, channel or communicate with those higher beings, so that he could have this rule. And it was Moses. So I had this vision within myself, and I understand. So now there was some higher being can teach or educate people to be human being, and so that we can live better way. They were fighting each other at that time, and the people were very materialistic. So there was a being who wants to give at least the rules to people, so that they can live in a kind of harmonious way. So it was the vision that I had, and I understood, so this is the beginning of religion. And then also I was in real world. I was 4-year grade in university, and I didn't know what to do in society, and I felt like I'm not good enough to be able to the salary and then live in a material world, because I felt okay, and I was so how to say, raised, and I was so blessed by those trees. Yeah, around, because there are many trees in university, and I always were alone when I had this kind of experiences. And then one time I was having this experience that there was a tree, and this tree felt like a human being. And suddenly I realized that, okay, now the leaves are falling down to the ground, and they became the nutrition for the next generation to come. And each one leaf is like a person, and it can finish its life, but still goes on, because it becomes the soil and the nutrition for the next generation, so that the all human being can develop more and more, so that become higher and higher. So from that point of view, I felt, okay, so universe is like this, and a human being is like this, and I'm so happy, and I'm so gratitude, and I feel really, how to say, I was surrounded by love. And when I was 20, 21, 22, 21, yeah. So this is like okay, I can live with this beauty and this feeling, a wonderful feeling, and this awareness, because when I have this kind of experience, I don't feel tired, I don't feel sleepy, I don't feel hungry, and I was so content, and I felt so satisfied. So I thought, if I were not a human being, then I would be able to live on this energy. And why do I have to earn money to buy food and house and clothes and things like that to make my life living like an active? So I felt myself like a loser in the society, and why do I have to do that? Because it seems too tiring, and it's too demanding for me. So I was in my room considering, so what can I do, in the society in the future, near future. And one guy, like a Vainamoinen or Gandalf, he appeared in my room suddenly, and he said that, I know what you feel. And I was like a kid, and he said, with this white beard and a white hair and a white robe and a white cane, actually, and he looked so familiar, even though I didn't know who he was. And he looked so familiar, and I felt that I could trust him. And he said that, I understand you, how are you feeling, but you can learn about people and organizations and society, and you can come back to what you want, you feel like to do later, like after you learn so much about society, you can come back to the original place. And I felt like, I don't know, I know nothing about society. I want to know, I want to experience, I want to learn by working there and being in the, part of it. That is very necessary, because I don't know anything about it. So it was my university time. Probably it was too late to think about your future, but in Finland, but in Japan, we do not choose our profession so early. We go to university, or we go to high school or university, so that you can think about your job or work later.
You mentioned Väinämöinen.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell, how do you know Väinämöinen?
Väinämöinen, okay. Yes. I came to Finland for the first time in 2000, and I had very good friends, and still I have them. And I went to Kankampa to spend the summer solstice, midsummer festival with my Finnish friends. And I was in sauna, and we were doing this barbecue and thing. And then one friend said, "Why don't you, come into the lake? And this is a Finnish summer, so you should take this opportunity." And I was thinking, yeah, not sure. But she says, "Yeah, let's go." So okay, so I went into this lake, and then suddenly I felt like my muscle in the whole body was stuck, I couldn't move at all. And I think it was kind of hypothermia state of my body. And I felt like, I can't move. And she said, "What?" And I said, "I can't move. Even my leg, I can't move." And she said, "Wow, you should try to move your body." And I tried. And then I somehow went back to this the land. Not sea, land. And then after, I think 2 days after, I was in Lahti to visit my another friend from Finland, and then I saw her, and the next morning I was in bed shivering. So I had this very high fever, and I was brought to the hospital. And in this hospital clinic, the nurse said, "You are very serious condition. You are in serious condition. We can't treat you here. So you should be transported to the central hospital." So I said, "What?" And anyway, I was sent to this hospital, and I had this near-death experience that night. Anyway, Finland is a very, special country for me. I felt so much closeness to Finnish people, Finnish friends, and we were very, good, having good time together, even in sauna and everywhere. We talk, and then about our life purpose and things like that. So she said that I'm a soulmate. And do you know the word of soulmate? And I was like, yeah, kind of. But we had a very good conversation. And afterwards, I had this near-death experience. And it was bright midsummer, and I was shivering and like this all the time, and I couldn't move, stand on my arm, and I was lying. And I thought I was going to die. And then suddenly, I don't remember what kind of timing, but I remember that I sit on my knees in my bed, and I looked at my hand, and is this my body? I feel so light, and I have no symptoms. And then 3 months ago, my uncle died in Japan, and I was looking at him there and dying, and had no trace of pain. And it was like a peaceful moment that was releasing his physical pain, and now he goes into the another dimension, and it was peaceful and beautiful. And at that moment I felt, okay, death is not something to be feared of. It's a release of your human life, and it's just the another it's like a gateway to another dimension. And I felt, okay, so I do not afraid of death anymore. It is so beautiful, it is so peaceful, and nothing to be fear of. So that was my experience. So why, I cannot help feeling so special about Finland, because I had these kind of experiences. And then, so I tried to know more about Finland and its culture. And by the way, I loved Sibelius. When I was junior high school, first time I heard music from him, Sibelius, the Finlandia. And I was like you know, yeah, in tears because it was so beautiful,
Yeah.
and I felt so special. So I knew a little bit about Finland then. And then when I was 25, I had this near-death experience in Finland, and so the Finland is kind of special country for me, and I started learning a little bit about Finland. So I asked Finnish embassy in Japan to send a magazine of called Sisu, and so I read them.
Yeah.
So what kind of life and what kind of culture they have. So I kind of learned a little bit about Finland. And then 2013, when I was I became invited by my Finnish friend to Finland to teach the therapies, and also did this mediumship channeling evening. So this was 2013, and before that, one company published the book about Kalevala. And this is a book for children to understand Kalevala more easily. So that the children book of Kalevala, and this is translated into Japanese. So spiritual magazine company I knew, they contacted me and said, would you be interested in reviewing this book? And I said, yeah, I'm quite. So I read this children book of Kalevala, and I understood the whole story. Wow, this is wonderful, because what impressed me was the Vainamoinen went to this wise man to heal his wound, and this wise man said that once you know the reason why you had it, you will heal it. It was really the wisdom. And now in the healing and spiritual field, I see a lot of people who are wounded in many ways, physically or emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. And when we come to this reason why they have the problem, they are healed, because the reason is touched. It's like a source is into the original place, so that the symptom go away, or at least improve. So I felt this is a real wisdom, and you should I know that you have this Kalevala, also Sibelius wrote composed that from Kalevala quite a lot. So it's like this is very important for you, obviously, and it was kind of impressive and influential to me as well. So it was good that I read this and wrote review, so that Japanese people can have kind of understanding and picture of what Kalevala is. I hope some people read my review. Yes, but my students and my clients, I think they have read about it, and people are quite interested in Finnish culture also, and the country as well. Yeah.
How did you become a medium?
Yeah, how did I become medium? I didn't realize that I was a medium.
You had those abilities.
Yes, but I had those experiences, but I didn't think those are something special, or just I didn't think that is something called medium or spiritual. I didn't know anything about spirituality. I didn't know anything about channeling or New Age or anything. And then I became stressed and ill when I was working at the multinational company in Japan. It was quite demanding work, and I was stressed, and I did this panic order symptom, and also this anxiety disorder. And So I left this company and I decided, okay, now this is a time, like this white-beard wise man told me when I was 20, about 20, that you can learn about people, organization, society, so that you can come back to what you want to do. So I felt, okay, this is a time for me to live my life, really, and with what I want to do, really. So I decided, okay, I don't know where I'm going, but anyway, I take those opportunities and choose those things that I really want to do, so that this will take me to where I want to be. I also had this vision of a big ship, like a Viking line or a Syria line. This is a big, gorgeous ship. And I was in there, and suddenly I saw me rowing a boat like this, small boat. And I was rowing this boat and saying to myself, if I was in that gorgeous ship, I would say, oh, this wasn't my dreamed place. Now I don't know where I am. So in the future, if I stayed in that company and worked, even that is a gorgeous ship, then I would say, no, this is not my place. So I knew I was right leaving this gorgeous ship with this little boat, only my own, and I just going like this. So I knew that I was right to have that decision. So I tried to heal myself first. So I looked for those aromatherapy, and I tried to do it myself. I didn't go anywhere to learn, but I tried to buy them and experiment it myself. And also flower essences, and also the painting colors, because I felt what colors do, because when I painted some color itself healed me, and I was so satisfied. I was like, so what is this? And everything is about vibration then. Yeah. So I came to understand, okay, so everything is about vibration, and vibration can affect you physically. And because even if you close your eyes and have red color around you, that makes your heartbeat higher, and your blood pressure higher, without visual information coming into your eye. So this is something. So I understood, okay, I want to learn about vibration. And then I tried to have those lessons and trainings, and I was going to choose one, and I didn't have a particular thing that I wanted to learn. And then I was leafing those leaflet of lectures. And then finally I saw a lady who has an impressive face to me, and I understood, okay, I need to see this person. And she knew that everything that I need to know. So I went to her, and she taught me how to be like a conscious medium and a psychic. It's like I didn't think that I was that developed, until she said so. So it was like, what? Yes, but when I look back my experiences before, I have done, or I have gone through those many layers of experiences already. And I felt like, okay, why did I have those experiences before? It's because I need to, to integrate everything into this work, like this mission, so that I could contribute myself to the development of human consciousness. So I understood, okay, this is everything is connected. Everything happened for the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why I came to Finland, why I had this lake and this hospitalized thing, and then this experience, and also I went to New Zealand to see my Finnish friend, who actually was a door opener for me to have a lecture here in Finland. So anyway, Finland is very kind of a special place in the country for me. And also it was very nice of this magazine Minä olen, that there is an article about me, and it was wonderful to know that the people are interested in my work. And this is our work, by the way, not my personal work. Yeah. This is the work all together we do.
That's why you are here today.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for invitation. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, my pleasure to be here. And it's also my honor to be here. And each time I feel so blessed and wonderful, great, because people are so eager to learn and they want to develop more, and the people have higher consciousness and they are so awakened. So it's always a pleasure to give those messages and channeling, information to people, individual people. And and even professors and scientists, I see them in Japan and in Finland as well. And I appreciate those people who feels that something, true is here. So they reach and they say, wow. And so one of clients said recently that 2 or 3 years ago I said something. I don't remember always what I channel. But she said, you nailed it. It was so clear, and so that I came here again 2 or 3 years later. Yeah. So it was like, okay, so she asked, how can I grow more spiritually? So nowadays there are many doctors and scientists who want to grow more spiritually and want to reach that truth behind the scenes. And it's very important that in Japan also I'm working with doctors and scientists. They come to my, some of them came to my lecture and learned how to be medium.
Okay.
Yes, and one doctor said that he uses his skill when he sees patients.
Okay.
And they become recovered quickly. Of course, he doesn't say that publicly because he's a doctor and established doctor, so he doesn't say that aloud. But nowadays in Japan also, probably in America more, and then probably in Finland slowly maybe, but more people are aware of those beyond. Yeah. So I think that's my mission, so that then I can bridge people. Yeah. So that we all can do something together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you like to say to Finnish people who are watching this later?
Okay. This is 100 year for Finland.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So I'd like to celebrate, and also would like to say thank you. Because I feel Finnish people are very warm and smart and welcoming, very spiritually awakened. So I feel so much blessed and honored to be able to come to Finland each time, each summer, to do and to be together. So I hope that then I could meet more Finnish people, and probably not only Finnish people, but some people are from other countries maybe and living in Finland. But anyway, I'd love to come here. Yeah.
Thank you, Remi.
Yeah.
It was very interesting.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.